Hey everybody, Ryan here at eTrailer. Today on our 2021 Ram 3500, we're going to be checking out the CURT Gooseneck ball kit for the trucks that have the OEM prep package. So we get a lot of questions asking if this setup is going to work with particular trucks, and as long as you have the OEM prep package, you should be in pretty good shape there. You know, these things utilize the factory openings and more or less just drop right in. So honestly, Ram did a great job of thinking things through and making it super convenient. That way you can use a gooseneck kit like this, or even a fifth wheel head. You know, since these things essentially just come right in and out, it's going to make life really easy, and you know, you'll be able to pull your trailer down the road with confidence. So the way this is going to work is super easy. To get the ball in and out, there's going to be a mechanism up here. So you open that up, spin it about a quarter turn. That will allow you to pull it right out. And the same holds true when you're ready to put it back in. You know, you'll make sure the mechanism is in this position. So up and over, we'll slide right in, and you'll lock this back down. That ball's not going to go anywhere, especially with this design. You know, once your trailer goes on top of it, it's going to prevent this keeper from opening up and allowing the ball to come out. So pretty straightforward setup here. The kit actually does come with a rubber plug as well, so this can pop in that opening there. Now, one thing I did notice, kind of just playing around with it, once you have this plug in there, the factory cover, you know, you're no longer going to be able to use. It don't fit in there quite right. Honestly, if it were me, I would probably just put this off to the side and continue to use this one, but you know, not a bad extra to have. You know, honestly, I would rather have it and not need it than the other way around. So, you know, it works out pretty well. With the ball, the only downside to this one that I can think of is once you use this a few times, you know, it's going to get really greasy and probably dirty, and it's kind of a small mechanism, you know, so there's a little finesse to it. And you know, you might get your hands a little dirty, but something that I just figured I'd point out. Moving over to the safety chain loops, these are going to be set up a little bit different, but before we pull it out, you know, these things are nice and large. You're going to be able to use pretty much any size hook that you might have. These are super thick steel, so in the event of an unlikely disconnect, you know, I feel like I could definitely rely on these to keep everything from coming apart. With that said, there's going to be a couple parts here that we have to take out. So you'll have this clip, pull that out, and this pin. That's going to allow you to rotate that up and remove it. You know, you can put these back in just to keep everything together. And since these components, you know, come in and out so easily, you know, once you put these caps back on, the factory covers, you're going to have full bed access. You know, and so that's really convenient if you happen to, you know, maybe want to throw some lumber back here, or even just keep these components out of the weather if you don't plan on using them for a while. You know, it's going to allow you to do that and not take up a whole bunch of your time. Which brings me to my next point. Whenever you're not using the kit, they give you this case. It's actually pretty nice. That way you can put everything back together and keep it organized for the next time you're ready to use it. You know, it sure does beat a bag or no case at all, honestly. You know, when you fold this up, relatively small, you can throw it underneath your seat or keep it in your garage and keep everything together. The ball is going to be 2 5/16 in diameter, so pretty much a standard when it comes to gooseneck trailers. And it is going to have a 30,000 pound capacity, so that's going to be the amount of weight that's pulling on the ball. Now keep in mind, you don't want to exceed your truck's weight limitations, and you can find that information in your owner's manual. If you are looking for something a little more heavy duty, there's a kit that's pretty much identical to this. It's a little more beefy, and it's rated for 38,000 pounds. So if that's something you're interested in, you definitely have a couple options. So with there being a handful of different kits available for this truck, I figured why not grab another popular kit and just kind of compare the two. So the one I chose is this B&W setup here, and after kind of having a little experience with both of them, I would not hesitate to use either one. You know, they're both well built, and they would give me some confidence, you know, when I'm pulling that trailer. With that said, I think I would lean a little bit more towards the B&W setup, if I'm being honest. You know, there's just a couple small features that make it a little more user-friendly, and some that I really like. One of them being the handle here. So both kits are going to be pretty much just as easy to take in and out. However, the B&W, you know, it just kind of feels better in your hand. You got this handle, you're not having to deal with the small mechanism there on the top of the ball. That's essentially just going to drop in, and that handle's going to lock it down. And that's how that one works. So pretty convenient, you know, a little bit easier, and it feels good going in and locking down and everything else. One of the things that would make me lean a little bit more towards the B&W as well is the safety chain loops here. So like we talked about, you know, the CURT, there's your pin and clip. You got a couple of pieces going on there. And with the B&W, it's all integrated. All right, so you're gonna have this mechanism here that lifts up. And that's how that works. So you don't have pieces and parts to kind of keep track of. With this one, it's just one solid piece. And, you know, just one less thing you have to worry about keeping track of and not have to worry about losing. And that'll finish up our look at of the CURT Gooseneck Ball Kit for the trucks that have the OEM prep package on our 2021 Ram 3500.